What is going on, YouTube? Black Bigelow here today, wanting to talk about a trending topic that has been talked about all over social media for the last few days. So as many of you guys know, the Buffalo Bills were playing the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I'm assuming this was an important game for one of these teams. I don't know. I don't follow football because I have a life. Anyways, these teams were playing, and 24-year-old safety for the Buffalo Bills, Damar Hamlin, he goes to tackle whatever clown has the ball, and he makes the tackle, and he gets up and he collapses on the field. Immediately, all the trainers start coming out. They realize that he's not breathing, and then they start doing CPR. This is during a football game. Football is a very popular sport in this country, and I have no idea because I think it kind of fucking sucks. Anyways, so they're working on him. They transport him to the hospital. As of right now, he's in critical condition. I don't know if he's breathing on his own, but Godspeed and full recovery to that young man. I don't want to ever see anybody getting hurt playing a game or what have you. The game was called off. I don't know if they're going to redo the game or just call it a tie. I'm not really sure yet. But I wanted to talk about what Skip Bayless tweeted and the response to his tweets all over social media. This is going to be quick. So Skip Bayless, he's a sports commentator. He works for Fox Sports. This is what he said during the game on his Twitter. Quote, "No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant." Okay, now, a guy collapsed on the field. He's not breathing. His heart stopped. They're doing CPR. You know, the players on both teams are visibly upset, right? Now, was his quote or was his tweet insensitive? Yeah, it was insensitive. But worse people have said worse things. So what are you going to do? Now, you know, I don't remember the names, but you had a bunch of NFL players tweeting him back saying, oh, F Skip Bayless, he needs to be canceled. They're throwing up the tiki torches. And then his co-host on his show, Shannon Sharp, he did not show up for work today for, I guess, in protest of what Skip Bayless said about this man, right? So now there's this big tidal wave against Skip Bayless over something that could easily have been misconstrued, right? You know, it's insensitive, yeah. He's basically saying, you know, this is an important game. Why is the game stopped just because somebody collapsed on the field? Well, they kind of practically died, Skip, so you gotta go with that. Anyways, had to pause the video really quickly because I started hearing sirens, which I'm not surprised because I'm in a rather shitty neighborhood in Kansas City. Anyways, so here's my thing. Again, yeah, was Skip Bayless insensitive? Yes. Was he wrong in saying that? Not at all. This is a country where we have free speech, which is slowly being taken away from us. But I want to talk about the Shannon Sharp, him in protest of what Skip Bayless said about this football player, him not showing up to work. Now, I'm imagining tomorrow there's going to have a discussion and it's going to be a big thing, right? So Shannon Sharp is a 50-year-old left-leaning, far left-leaning liberal piece of douchebag crap, okay? And Skip has to realize, and as the rest of you white guys out there, you guys gotta be very, very careful about what you say about black people. That's just how it is now. That's how it is. If you're white and you say anything or you give somebody black any kind of constructive criticism or you say something that's misconstrued as hateful or whatever, you're automatically deemed a racist. And the problem when you use that word constantly, when you use the word racist, it gets heavily diluted and it really doesn't mean what it was supposed to mean back in the day. So When Shannon Sharp comes back to work tomorrow, they're going to have this big, huge, probably blowout, or maybe they'll have a discussion. Who knows? But you know what's so funny? If that player that collapsed on the field, if he were white, would Shannon Sharp still protest by not showing up to film their sports show? Would all of these football players tweeting death to Skip Bayless and he needs to be canceled, would they be as visibly upset if the player was white, or if the player was Chinese, or if the player was Samoan or whatever? Probably not. If the player was any other race, Shannon Sharp still shows up for work the next day. And that's the issue at hand here. Again, you got to realize Skip Bayless is 70 years old? He's been around for quite some time. Things have changed drastically within the last 3 years. 3 years. Ever since the whole George Floyd nonsense happened, black people have turned into the most sensitive race of people on planet Earth, or at least the ones that live in the United States. Again, you got to watch your mouth. You got to watch what you say, because if you're going to say something negative, you're going to say something, give some kind of criticism to somebody that's black, you're going to be deemed a racist. That's just what it is. And the only reason why this is a big news story, the only reason why I'm talking about it, is because Skip is white and the player that collapsed is black. This country still has a very hard time with race. It has a very big issue with race. And one of the reasons why we have such a big problem with race is because we can't communicate our problems and our differences. And we've been programmed now not to be able to laugh at racist jokes or differences between different racial communities, because back in the 80s everything was funny and now everything is not so funny. So when people tell us, like, let's have a conversation about race, what they really mean to say is, shut up, whitey, I'm black and I'm talking. That's really what it is nowadays. And then, of course, the Latino culture, they're trying to be victims themselves. I hope that doesn't pan out. But I've seen some things that I probably wanted to talk about on my channel, but I just kind of lost interest in it. But yeah, you got some of those people now trying to become professional victims. Just letting you guys know, it's not a good look. It's not a good look when you feign that you are somehow offended. Okay, that makes you look weak. It makes you look stupid. And people, they might say one thing in your face, but behind closed doors, they're basically saying, fuck those assholes all day long. Listen, we got to just learn to say, okay, he said it, who cares? All you're doing when you try to slam Skip Bayless, all you do is make him more popular. I've never talked about Skip Bayless, okay? I did want to make a video about how him and his wife look like they're related, which I find really repulsive and disgusting. But it is what it is. I'm pretty sure that guy goes out to different massage parlors and whorehouses just to get away from his brother-looking wife. Why? I have no idea. Anyways, Black Bigelow here. I got to get to work, to my other job. I'll catch up with y'all later. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you guys think. Or don't leave a comment below. I don't know. Anyways, catch up with you later. Peace out.